so we want to descend in about 15 miles. And this wants us to descend in 59 miles. First off,
Yeah, no problem. I see you're already landing.
that doesn't have restrictions in. We are 165 out, so if we descend in about 15 miles, 150, we take it down 1500 feet a minute. That should do.
United 1351, radar contact 30 miles southwest of Barahona. Continuous fire, maintain 0370. Continuous fire.
Yeah. Our Vision 2 Delta Whiskey approaching top of descent in about 10 miles.
Vision 2 Delta Whiskey, descend and maintain flight level 190.
Initially 190, thanks, Vision 2 Delta Whiskey.
VNAV off, VNAV on.
Control, very good evening. Sierra 5050 in Gomez. American Private Sierra 270. Control. Hello, squad 4160. 4160, American 15.
See if we can get this
VNAV on, VNAV on.
Get back on the profile. It's
Feed brake on.
we're a little bit high, but oh, there we go. It's better. It's coming back now. Got much better. Descent checklist.
Descent checklist. Recall. Checked. Notes. Checked. Landing data. Checked. Approach briefing. Completed. Checklist complete.
And then PC 230 knots. We're a ways from that. We could keep a little bit of speed brake. That probably wouldn't go amiss. Just help this out.
American 58 Sierra, you are radar contact 76 miles east west of Laguna, flight level 350, continuous file. Continuous file, the American 58 Sierra.
To assist with customs at our destination, flight attendants will begin handing out forms momentarily. Please review and complete these forms and keep them with you for
customs
presentation upon
forms
arrival.
are being handed out as we head to the Dominican Republic. Okay, and we're on auto brake 2, so this will be an RNAV approach to 08, unfortunately, which is why we're using Tramp, because it tends to do a little bit better than some of the PMDGs, especially if they have big turns on them. So we're going to let fly plan come out, re-engage the AP.
Delta Whiskey, descend up to 16,000 and the altimeter 101.
6,000 feet on 1013 vision, 2 Whiskey next. So we're going to take or let flight plan come out probably about 300 feet when it's taken us as far as it can. We're just going to re-engage the autopilot, try and keep us on the heading, which I believe is 86. Yeah, 86, I wrote this down. So it's not offset, that does help us, so it's 86. And then we're just going to kind of let the airplane drift down, and then we're going to do altitude hold on at about 100 feet or so. And then we're just going to, you know, set a vertical speed if we can of about 300 or something, negative 300, so that we can touch down. It's probably going to be a little bit firm, but I'm anticipating the plane's probably going to float on us. As soon as we put altitude hold in, that nose is going to come up. So yeah, but it's a 10,000 foot runway. Which is why I have put, which is also why I've decided to, you know, put auto brake 2. So if we touch down, obviously you want to touch down about 1,000 foot down the runway, 1,000 foot of markers normally, but I would anticipate we may touch down a bit late. It's also not going to be on the center line, I can pretty much guarantee that.
Transition altitude.
But
Checked.
not much we can do about that. As long as it's on the runway-ish, then that will take it, and that's the best we can do. Obviously the Dominican doesn't have an ILS, so that really doesn't help us much, does it? Altimeter's the same, standard pressure still. So
United 1661 Santo Domingo, buenas noches, radar contact, you can fly direct for the direct 1 Whiskey, arrival, and RNAV approach over 08.
And the other thing to remember is we have a wind at 07011 knots, so that's also not going to help us too much on that center line. We don't have a localizer to make sure we're on it, so Trampy is going to have to do the job, and we're going to get pushed to the right a bit. So yeah, a couple things to keep in mind. Yeah, I was hoping to do this in the PMDG, but when I realised that there was no ILS approach, that became more difficult. So yeah, that's it. And here we are now leveling up 16,000 as we've cleared. So we'll see what we can do.
United 1609, Santo Domingo, they're taking no request.
This is part of the FNO, the Caribbean FNO. St. Martin, San Juan and Dominican Republic are all online for this. It's just at the start of the FNO, and yeah, this is...
Station 2 Delta Whiskey, contact Punta Cana approach, 119.75, adios.
119.75, adios, thank you very much, Vision 2 Delta Whiskey, bye. Alright then. Approach hello from Vision 2 Delta Whiskey 16,000 with Alpha on board, expecting on our 08.
Vision 2 Delta Whiskey, kind of approach, radar contact, community sending 7,000, expect the RNAV runway 08, the kind of QNH 1013.
VNAV off, VNAV on.
Alright roger, we'll continue down to 7,000, expect the RNAV 08 on the QNH 1013, Vision 2 Delta Whiskey. And I need to slow down a little here, don't we? Let's make sure we do that. Tramp is just going to catch up here on the vertical profile that we created. That's fine. We do want to... Yeah, because we are 8.5 miles, so we're going to maintain the 230 knot speed restriction. If we at all can. Because that was what we were given. Or that is what the arrival is published. Okay, we do need a little bit of speed brake to hold that. Let's do that then. Looks like we're getting some rain on the aircraft as well, which is not the best. Tramp is just coming out of this dive. Well, not a dive, but it's chasing the VDEV. Hopefully it sorts itself out here. It's supposed to be... Yeah. Looking okay, so they're getting a little bit low on that profile. And then Nadix is next, which we have between 5 and 11, so it's quite a significant chunk, and we're on 210 knots there. Alright, it's now just picked up, I think, that we were a little bit, yeah, there we go, it's picking back up on the VDEV. 500 feet a minute, that's fine. 16 miles, so yeah. There we go. Tramp's VNAV is generally a little bit off, as we know. It doesn't have wind uplink, which makes everything worse. But yeah, it's doing an okay job. 14 miles here, so we can hold this speed for a little minute here. Obviously, we haven't been told free speed, so we are following the published speed and get you slowed down nice and early here. That's for sure. Doesn't look, yeah, I think it's pretty much sea level, the elevation here, so it's not, you know, it's not too bad. but we are getting thrown around a little bit on the weather here, so we're passing through a little bit of turbulence.
Passing 10,000 feet.
There goes seatbelt on. And
Ladies and gentlemen, the flight crew has turned on the
slow
fastest
down
seatbelt
to
sign.
210.
Please return to your seat and fasten your seatbelt.
Still struggling a little bit on that VDEV. Hopefully that evens out.
We have begun our final descent into your destination. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables
Okay,
are
8
stowed
miles
and
from
seats are in a full
Maddox.
upright position. Please also store any carry-on items
Alright.
either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you.
It's definitely blowing a bit here, isn't it? The weather is jostling us, but we're okay. I think it's not unflyable. Those progress bars you can hear are just tramp adjusting the vertical speed up and down. As you can see there, we're getting
VNAV off. VNAV on.
interesting fluctuations on the vertical speed.
Vision 2 Delta Whiskey, descend to 3,000.
3,000 feet, Vision 2 Delta Whiskey. Okay, 3,000 feet is the base altitude, and then we begin the approach from there. So yeah, 2 miles from Maddox, speed is alright. So Maddox, okay, it wants us to be 7,700, and we're going to roughly be there. It is not having fun maintaining it, I'll tell you that, but yeah, it's getting jostled massively. So we're now inbound Amoebi. Speed's getting blown around. So yeah, 3,000 at Amoebi pretty much. And then we can sit there for about 5 miles, so we got a little bit of buffer room. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to kick Active Sky out. It's messing me around. I've had enough of it. Don't trust that at all. No, now it's behaving just fine. So, kicking it out, not having that. with this kind of approach, not really bothered. We're on standard pressure anyway, so it's fine. It's just throwing that vertical speed all around. If I was in a PMDG on an ILS, then maybe we just try it out, but
Select the RNAV runway 08 to Punta Cana QNH 1013.
in that case, not worth it. So there you go. Now it's doing a fine job of maintaining that. So it's just these. I don't know if it's this freeware aircraft.
Delta Whiskey, cross RNAV, at or above 3000 RNAV, clear RNAV runway 08 approach.
Alrighty, and Navi at or above 3000, cleared RNAV approach 08, Vision 2 Delta Whiskey. Okay, that's what we have. So an EB is 6 miles, and we're expecting to be 3000 there, give or take. And then we can just follow this approach, see how the hell it goes.
United 1661, can maintain 7000.
And looks like we are going to be 3000 at an EB. And then Davna. Right, we're now inbound Davna. I'm going to slow us to maybe 200 knots and retract the speed brakes. Let's take flaps 2.
Check. Speed check.
Alright, we're 2 miles from Davna. Always wants to turn early, doesn't it? We'll maintain 180 knots if we can.
Whiskey, contact Punta Cana Tower on 118 decimal 8.
18.8, thanks very much, Vision 2 Delta Whiskey. Alright. And we're now beginning the final descent. So we'll take gear down. Tower hello, Vision 2 Delta Whiskey is RNAV 08. That was Vision 2 Delta Whiskey. AFA.
VCheck.
08, land at wind at 100 speed.
Okay, do that. Runway 08 cleared to land, vision 2 whiskey. And just for information, since we're a blind pilot, after a touchdown, once we've rolled out, we will disconnect from the network from there, just because our software doesn't allow us to taxi the aircraft on the ground properly.
VCheck.
Alright. So he knows about us. We'll take flap 30. I mean, right at this point in time, we are looking okay, I would say. Let's make sure maybe we can go speed like 145. That would help. Okay. Yeah. We're doing all right. GPWS on. We got FSRs. Okay, approaching 08. So we're going to use that heading box once flight plan kicks out. That's what we're going to do.
400. 300.
Minimums.
200.
Autopilot off. VNAV off. Heading select off. Autopilot on. Heading select on.
100. 50.
VNAV on.
40. 30. 20. 10.
Breed brake out. Reverse thrust.
121 knots.
100 knots. 80 knots. 60 knots.
Well, we got it on the runway.
Manual braking.
Vision 2 whiskey is on the rollout. That's a miracle we made it onto the runway, to be honest with you. We're totally blind pilot, can't see what we're doing, so we usually do ILSs, not RNAVs, but thank you very much for great ATC, we'll see you next time.
AM, and it's currently about 15 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain
Alright, well,
TFM
TFM is saying runway 08 at MDPC, and negative 206 is the landing rate, so I am more than happy with that. That was very, very good. It went a little bit floated at the end. That was not bad at all. Let's go over to a gate here and see what happens. See what FSRS has to say. Yeah, I'm very pleased with that. Okay, so centerline deviation was 16 feet, and touchdown distance was 2,900 feet down the runway. So, yeah, I'm more than happy with that, to be honest. That was way better result than I was expecting. Yeah, I don't know how we managed to pull that off. I think it's pure luck, to be honest with you. 16 feet, obviously, for a sighted person, you might be thinking, well, why is 16 feet, you know, so great? Well, to be honest with you, usually you're lucky to get it on the runway. So 16 feet, not bad at all. And obviously, further down the runway than you would normally want to touch down, but I thought that was going to happen, because the issue with these free web planes is if you can try and flare them, don't get me wrong, and sometimes you do a good job, but it's very difficult in the heat of the moment when you have seconds and only TFM to guide you with the attitude mode to know how much to flare, and if you pull up too much or whatever, you're done. So I prefer just to use the VS mode, and yeah, that often results in a little bit of a float, because when you put the altitude mode back on, it thinks you want to bring the nose to level, But yeah, that actually went rather well. I'm pleased with that. The set the parking brakes. There we go. Yeah, I don't quite know what Active Sky was trying to play us at there. To be honest with you, but it's, you know, that's fine. It got kicked out of the equation. Because yeah, really, when you're doing an RNAV approach, if it's not too bad, then that's fine. But it was doing its usual bullshit where it was trying to kick us all over the show, and that's just, you know, I knew that if we tried that coming through 1,000 feet or etc., we were going to have pretty big issues. To be honest with you, it was probably going to jostle us all the way around. I think that's probably what I'm going to start doing if I'm doing an RNAV now with Tramp, that if there's any kind of weather, unfortunately, you know, obviously we can keep Active Sky on until we initiate the approach, and that's fine just for vatsim, but after that it's just going to have to go. Obviously vatsim want real world weather, but in situations like that, I don't know whether it's the freeware planes that have just got a shitty physics model, probably, to be honest with you. That and a combination with Active Sky overdoing things, but it just, you saw there, I mean, the vertical speed was going all over the show, and Tramp is just not good enough at handling that. It just really isn't. It struggles like hell to do that, to be honest with you. And yeah, that's okay when you're coming down. As annoying as it was, we were maintaining speed, but as soon as we were on finals, you need that precision, and I also really didn't want to get blown off that center line as well. That's also a pretty big thing. So yeah, again, if we were using PMDG ILS, we probably could have tried it. You know what happens if it goes wrong. You just go around and you've got the PMDG missed approach there. But when you're using this thing, especially, you kind of got one shot, and you know, that's kind of it, to be honest. So yeah, that's just how it's going to be. Let's have a look here. We can submit the flight on FS Airlines, which is nice. And yeah, that wasn't exactly a busy airport as well, which is kind of what I was hoping. I didn't really want to go to St. Martin or somewhere where it was going to be everyone and their dogs trying to get in there, because I think it's cool. Wow, yeah, that's great, but not always great for us. Alright, well, I will end it there, and I've got a Microsoft.NET framework error. Oh, that's wrong then. Yeah. Anyway, we'll catch you soon.